Hey, how's it going? Xander Fryer with Shit You Don't Learn in College, and today we're going to talk about the 7 ways that you can improve as an entrepreneur. So according to Forbes, over 50% of the US population wants to be an entrepreneur, believes that becoming an entrepreneur is actually a valid and great career. But according to Gallup, only 4% of the world will actually be entrepreneurs in their lifetime. So why is there such a big discrepancy between the amount of people who want to become entrepreneurs and think that it is a great career and the people that are actually able to make it? Well, there's a handful of skills that we've found that are absolutely essential in being successful as an entrepreneur. And the truth is, a majority of the shit that you need to know to be a successful entrepreneur is the shit that you don't learn in college. So today I want to go through 7 of those skills and how you can improve upon them so you can be successful. So the first skill that you need to learn to master is personal organization. You can never be successful if you can't get your shit together and you can't get shit done, right? This is the difference between being busy and being productive. Now, everybody in the world today is busy. I bet you'd ask yourself, are you a busy person? Probably, right? Because we all have stuff to do, we all have things going on. But how come Elon Musk, who has the same 24 hours in a day, can get so much done, yet for a lot of us, we feel like we can't get anything done in that same 24-hour day? We all have the same amount of time, but being productive and being busy are not the same thing. Now, there's a handful of things that I suggest to every entrepreneur to make sure that they understand what it takes to actually be productive. The first is understanding the 80-20 rule. If you're not familiar with it, look it up because I'm not gonna be able to explain the entire thing right now. But the gist of it is 80% of your results are gonna be produced from 20% of your actions. Not every action should be weighted the same. One thing that you do might get a ton of results, another thing that you do might get none. But a lot of people spend their time focusing on things that do not get results. When you can shift the majority of your energy to the actions that actually produce results, you'll start to see productivity rather than just busyness. The next thing you need to be aware of is a properly time-managed calendar. If you don't know how to run a calendar, time to get learning. The third thing is what I call a get shit done list. It's a master to-do list. Now, a lot of people keep all of their to-dos in their head, in their brain, and they feel like they're going insane trying to remember all of this stuff going on. Now, your brain, if you think of it like a computer, has a limited amount of RAM. And if that RAM is always being maxed out because you're trying to put more things into it to make sure that it's holding all this stuff, you're gonna explode. Have you ever tried to be on your laptop and you had too many windows open at the same time and it just bogs down and doesn't run properly? Your brain is the same way. You have to have a master to-do list where you get all the to-dos out of your head and onto a list somewhere where you can take a glance and figure out what's my top priority stuff to do so I can actually go get shit done. And the last tool that I think everybody needs to utilize to make sure that they're gonna be more productive in life is what I refer to as bookends. Now, this is a morning and evening routine that you make habit and you never stray from. Now, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that happens throughout your day. You're gonna get stressed, somebody's gonna run into your car, you're gonna forget something in the business is gonna blow up. So you can never really control everything that's going on in the middle of the day. But you can control your mornings and evenings. And if you have those on lock, the rest of your day will be a lot more productive. Now, the second skill that you need to work on as an entrepreneur is leadership. John Maxwell once said that you can tell your potential for success simply by rating your leadership capacity. If you have a lower level of leadership capacity, you're gonna be limited in terms of your potential. So working on your ability to be a leader will increase your potential for success in the future. Now, there's 3 levels of leadership that every single entrepreneur needs to work on. First, you need to be able to lead yourself. You need to be able to take ownership over your outcomes. You need to become the victor, not the victim in your world. You need to be able to lead yourself into the actions and outcomes that you really want. The second piece is leading others. You're always gonna have to lead other people. In any business, we're in a relationship business. You're in a connection business. So you have to be able to lead other people, whether they're clients, whether they're potential clients, whether they're team members. And eventually, you get to the level of leading leaders. When you can lead leaders, that's gonna be what allows you to actually scale a business. The third skill that you need to start working on to become a better entrepreneur is the ability to listen and learn. To be a good leader, you actually have to be a good follower and student first. Because the reality is the world is always changing. Howard Thurman once said, "The learners will inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves perfectly equipped for a world that no longer exists." If you're not constantly a student and constantly a learner and follower, you're gonna get left behind by the other people that are constantly changing and adapting and becoming better than you are. So you have to be growth-minded, you have to be a learner. Number 4 is that you have to be a professional problem solver. Entrepreneurs are just professional problem solvers. That's all they are. I tell this to every single one of the clients that we work with. When I bring them into our programs, I say, you think my job is to solve your problems, but my job is not to solve your problems. My job is to help you solve your own problems so that I can give you bigger problems to solve. As an entrepreneur, we just move from one problem to the next to the next. So in order for you to be successful long-term, you have to become a professional problem solver. You can never say, I don't know. You can never say, I can't do this, because everything is figure-outable. And if you take it from I don't know to I don't know but, everything will change. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ask somebody for help. I don't know, but I'm gonna go get creative and figure out a solution. I don't know, but I'm gonna get resourceful and make sure that it happens. That's what you have to do as an entrepreneur. Skill number 5, you have to practice being a risk taker. Now here's the truth, you wanna be successful. Well, to be successful, that means you want to have more than the average person, right? You want to have more, you want to be more, you want to achieve more, you want to impact more. Well, if you want to have more, be more, achieve more, and impact more, then you can't do what everybody else is doing. You can't do what is normal. You can't do what is safe. You have to take risks. You have to push beyond and do different if you want to be successful, if you want to be an entrepreneur. It's in the definition of success. You have to go against common logic if you want to be successful. So you have to be a risk taker. And what you'll find is what most people think are risks are actually not. They're just uncomfortable or unfamiliar. So it's actually not taking risks at all. It's actually just doing something you've never done before and making it the new familiar. Now, the number 6 skill that you gotta keep working on as an entrepreneur is your self-confidence. I tell this to a lot of our clients, but your self-confidence, your certainty is by far one of the biggest dictators of your success. I want you to think about Jane A and Jane B. Jane A is confident, certain, assertive, takes action. She's decisive, and she has all these skills and all these tools and all these frameworks. And Jane B has all these skills, tools, and frameworks, the same skills, tools, and frameworks as Jane A. But Jane B is hesitant, doubtful, indecisive. Which one's gonna be successful, Jane A or Jane B? Jane A, of course. You can have all the tactical stuff, but if you don't have the self-confidence to put it into play, to put it into action, to get behind it, to really commit to driving it forward, you're never gonna get there. And the last skill that you need to focus on to be successful as an entrepreneur is ambition and drive. Yes, I said ambition and drive is a skill. A lot of people think that ambition and drive is something that you're born with. It's not. Xander didn't just wake up one morning and have this ambition and drive to go change the world the way that he is right now. This is a fire that's deep inside me that I stoke every single day to make sure that it's lit and burning higher. Ambition and drive is gonna be what drives you forward past the obstacles, past the overwhelm, past the confusion, past the fear to actually be successful. But it's not something that you're born with. You actually have to stoke that ambition and drive. So how do you do that? Number 1, you gotta make sure that you're not surrounding yourself with people that are gonna pull down your ambition and drive. Number 2, you have to envision your dream, your mission, your passion, your purpose every single day. Remind yourself of the why you're doing what you do, because you need to stoke that flame. Because if you don't have the ambition and drive, you're never gonna be persistent and relentless enough to make it through the tough times. So those are the 7 skills that every entrepreneur needs to practice if they wanna make sure they're gonna be successful in the future and become part of the 4% that actually gets to make entrepreneurship their permanent life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the like button and let me know. Comment below and let me know if there's any specific topics you want me to hit in any future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another great video. I'll see you in there.